Hello, everybody. My name is Adam. I'm here with Andrew from Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. Welcome back to San Diego.
Thanks for having me, man.
So we got the new record right here for everybody to see, Zombies on Broadway.
Yes.
You recorded the album in New York. How did that process go?
It was awesome. I mean, I'm a West Coast kid, so I've done most of my albums out here and thought, to try and get some new inspiration and source some new visual input. The city would be a good place to go. And yeah, it was an adventure.
Did you use a lot of that? Did that influence the album quite a bit?
Yeah, you'll hear there's definitely a lot of songs that are influenced directly by whether it's by the city or just by being in the city and sort of the backdrop of that space for these songs. It's definitely a huge part of the record.
Very, very cool. So you're a family man, married family man. You got a toddler at home. I have a 9-year-old over here and actually at home a 10-month-old. How do you juggle like being on the road and recording albums with the whole family?
It's good right now because she's been able to come on tour with us. Since Cecilia was born, she's been on every long tour that we've done. So they're actually in the process of loading onto the bus as we speak right now. And it's an adventure. I've been on the road for 16 years. So seeing it from a different perspective and having my daughter out there to actually like kind of take in the country and the rest of the world and watch like how amazed she is at all these different cities we go to is really cool.
That's very cool. I mean, I can imagine. I have a 10-month-old at home. Like going even to the grocery store is like preparing for the apocalypse. Like, how do you have to bring all the contraptions and all the stuff with you?
Yeah, there's definitely like a serious rig of kid stuff. Like her first tour, she was 6 months old, and it was like, the deal, the portable crib and everything else. But, I think just because we've been doing it for so long, she's used to it, and it's just kind of like what she's grown up in. And she'll start preschool next year, so I don't know how that's going to work out as far as getting her out. But it's been a fun first few years to be able to do that and share that with her.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So I saw you're opening up for Billy Joel. How did that happen? Like, take me through receiving that phone call.
It was probably the first time in a long time where we just totally freaked out. I have the best job in the world. To get to do this is incredible, and to do it for as long as I have, and be in a few bands that have done well is huge. But I grew up listening to Billy Joel. Like when I started playing piano, the first thing my parents did was they got me Billy Joel's greatest hits. And they were like, and I'd already, and so I was like, as a 9-year-old, that was like I would be listening to his music and then going and writing my first songs, and so there's so much of his catalog that's inspired me. It was the first concert I ever went to was Billy Joel, and so my agent called me one night and he's just sent me a text. He's like, you need to call me, and I was like, usually that's a good thing. And so I called him and he's like, what would you think about opening some shows for Billy Joel? And I was like, mind blown. And I'm really nervous and excited, but he's been a hero of mine for a long time, so it's a big deal for me.
That's amazing. Have you ever met him before?
No.
First time.
It'll be the first time. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. So you have, you're back here in San Diego. I know you have a very dedicated fan base that have been following you from the, Something Corporate days to the Jack's Mannequin days. On this tour, were you planning on like sprinkling some of those songs into the set, or how do you approach that?
There's definitely some Jack's Mannequin tunes, and we haven't done a Something Corporate one yet on this tour. And by yet, I mean we've only played one show, so I'm sure that'll make an appearance. But we did last night. We did like I want to say 4 or 5 Jack's Mannequin tunes in the set. So yeah, I like to sort of like introduce people to the new music. Obviously, like we're promoting this record, so it's heavy on this record, but there's definitely you get the memory lane vibe a few times in the set for sure. Yeah,
very cool. I know a fan favorite here in San Diego do the reference "Woke Up in a Car." Oh, yeah. Do you have is that one that people are just shouting out at you? Like you'll play one song in and it's like, woke up in a car, man.
I get that one. There's a couple that we get, like I've sort of like made the joke over the years. Like I used to carry out a sign that said requests are for karaoke bars. And my fans have been pretty awesome about like going on the journey with me of like listening to this new music and letting me kind of get into it. So it hasn't been as crazy on like the heckling for requests yet, but I mean, today's a new day, so we'll see what happens.
We will see. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Welcome back to San Diego. The new record is out. Here it is. Buy it today. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.